Hello friends, welcome to our channel Mechanical Motivator. In this video, we are going to see a basic problem on hexagonal pyramid. Initially, I will be explaining the question, then I will be explaining how to write the given data, and later on I will be explaining step by step procedure for drawing the diagram. This sum comes under engineering graphics unit 3 projection of solid. So almost I think so this is 17th problem. So various problem we have been solved in previous videos and all. You can kindly have a go through of all those videos so that you will be having a better understanding of all the concepts and as well as how to solve the problem. So let us go into video. A hexagonal pyramid of base edge 40 mm. So from the question what we need to understand is what type of solid we are going to draw. So we are going to draw hexagonal pyramid. The sum which we are going to solve is a projection of hexagonal pyramid. For drawing the hexagon we will be requiring the base, right? So they clearly given the base edge as 40 mm. So hexagonal pyramid 40 mm base. Next is for drawing the axis we need the length of the axis or height of the pyramid. So what they give, altitude 80 mm. So and altitude 80 mm, rest, okay. So altitude will be 80 mm, height or axis will be 80 mm. Rest on one of its base edges, underline this line, underline this word, one of its base edges on HP. So they clearly given that the base edge is resting on HP. So resting will be HP and orientation will be base edge. So only we going to rest the base edge on HP with its axis inclined 30 degree to HP. So they also give another hint also. Axis is also inclined 30 degree to HP. So once axis is inclined to HP means base diagram will be in HP. So with these two hints we can go further with the problem. And parallel to VP, draw its front view and top view. So that's what they are asking. So we clearly know how to approach this one. So the problem which we are going to solve. See, hexagon means you will be getting some doubts. Like there are two types of hexagon. One you can draw like this, another you can draw like this. Yeah, two types of hexagon we can draw. So in our question, what kind of hexagon we going to go is they clearly given base edges. So base edge means this is the base edge. So we will be going with this hexagon. So first hexagon only we going to draw. So if in case if they give base corner means we will be going with the second one. Okay. So if they give base corner, you have to draw the second hexagon. Since they give the base edges, we are going to draw the first hexagon. So I will be explaining step by step and just follow all the instruction whatever I say. The first step is we are going to draw the reference line. So this is the reference line. Draw the reference line. Write X, Y, VP, HP. All this should be written in your HP pencil, and the axis line, that is reference line, can be drawn with your H pencil. Okay. The next step is we know very well we are going to start a diagram, base diagram hexagon in HP. So resting will be on HP and that to base resting. Base edges are resting. So base edges means we have to start with here. Okay. In case base columns, diagram will be different. So be clear with it. So start your diagram here. Okay. Start with E to D or A to P. Anything is okay. So E to D means start your diagram here 40 mm. Then take for 60 and 60 degree. You know how to draw the hexagon. 60 60 and then try to draw 40 40 and try to extend this in imaginary. Take your compass, keep your compass at F and cut an arc at A at this point. Keep your compass at C with the 40 mm and cut an arc here. You will be getting 2 points here and here. So that after rubbing everything unwanted things, you will be getting an hexagon. So drawing the hexagon, you know how to draw. So draw as it is. And naming, just see we can name anyway, either A, B, C, D or P, Q or S. It's our own wish. I will just name it as A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay. So whatever we are drawn here will be the top view. So hexagon will be kept like this. The hexagon is kept on horizontal plane. So you are viewing from the top so that you can see here. Since it's a pyramid, we will be having only 6 naming. In case of prism means we will be having 12 namings. Okay. Because pyramid means the other end will be an apex, right? Okay. So apex means O or O dash. If in front view O dash, here it will be marking it as O. Then we need to just cross these two, join B and E and A and D so that you can get an intersection point. This point is called the center point. This is the axis. But since we are having visible edges here, we won't consider the axis because visible edge will overlook the axis line. So just join here and keep the point alone. But we won't represent the axis line since we are having the visible edges C and F. So automatically what happened? The visible edges overrule the axis line. So as of now we have completed the top view. Now I will be explaining how to draw the front view. Take your scale, keep your scale at the E point vertically so that you can get the same point on the reference line. Mark, just keep a point. Same way keep your scale in OF so that it will be touching the reference line. Mark that point on the reference line. Just keep that point. Same keep your scale in AB and vertically so that it will be touching the reference line at one point. Mark that point. Okay. So now we got 3 points, right? From the center point, they clearly given that altitude is 80 mm. Okay, from the center point, wherever you got for OF, from here, draw a line for 80 mm. Since altitude is 80 mm, from the reference line, from this point, keep your scale and draw 80 mm so that you will be getting a point here. Mark that point as O dash. Now, just to join this point and this point and this point and this point so that you will be forming a triangle. Okay. Once you got this point, join this point with B dash, OB dash and join OD dash. So now I will explain how to write the namings. See, when you see from here, you can see B but you can't see A. So B dash bracket A dash. You can see C but you can't see F. So C dash bracket F dash. You can see D, you can't see E. So D dash bracket E dash. So just whatever you are seeing, you just put outside the bracket. Whichever corner or edge you can't see, you just put it in the bracket. So this is the how to name for front view. So whatever diagram we are getting here is the front view, and whatever diagram we are getting will be the top view. Right now we have completed the front view and top view. So if you do everything correctly, means you will be getting 8 marks. Now I will explain how to transfer the diagram on the right hand side. Before that, one important point I just missed it out. See, always you have to consider the slant edges for pyramid. So it's very important. So slant edges means OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF. Initially what I told, you just join A and D and B and E, you can get a point here. That point is called the center point is called O, and you can draw axis for it. Since we are having visible edges, we are not considering axis. That's what I said. After that, what you need to do is you have to join OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, OF with your HB pencil. Okay, so that it should be clearly seen. Next thing is what I gave here, the axis is inclined 30 degree to HP. That's what they said. So since we can't show the axis, since we are having visible edges, I can show it up. So this is the axis. I am going to tilt the axis for 30 degree. See, initially what you need to do is, if the axis is inclined, before that you just understand one concept. See, here we are having a triangle, right? Just see here. This is the first point, this is the second one, this is the third point. So this is the triangle, means here we will be having 90 degree. Okay, what angle here we get 90 degree? Here is 30. So remaining angle will be 60. How is 90 plus 30 plus x is equal to 180. So you have to add these two and minus, you will be getting an answer. Just subtract from 180 so that you will be getting an angle here. So this angle will be 60 degree, but you should not show here. Okay, so 90 plus 30 plus 60, 180 degree. So this is the unknown angle. This angle is called 60 degree. You just measure this base. Okay, measure from B dash to D dash. Measure this base. For example, if you are having 5 centimeter, means for that measurement you have to draw a line for 60 degree, because this angle is 60 degree, right? You have to measure this. For this measurement, you have to draw a line for this measurement. The angle will be 60 degree. So you have got the line right. And later on, what you are going to do is, you just name it as here B dash A dash means D1 dash A1 dash, D1 dash D dash E dash means D1 dash E1 dash. Then how much ever distance we are having from B dash to C dash, the same distance only here we are going to have. So just mark a point. Okay, just keep a point. So how much ever distance you are having, same distance. If you measure from here also same. Okay, either way you can do it up. Either you measure from here to here and mark it, or from D dash to C dash and mark it. So you got a point here, right? So just measure this. This will be 80, right? So from here, draw a 80 degree. No need. Okay, don't do like that. I will tell another method. See, measure B dash to O dash. Okay, take your compass. Measure B dash to O dash. From here, try to cut an arc. Then take your compass, measure D dash to O dash. From here you cut an arc. So both the arcs will intersect at one point, right? That point is called as O1 dash. So obviously you can form a triangle like this. Now you have formed a triangle and just join this point with the apex. Okay. So whatever diagram we are having, we will be getting the exact diagram. When you extend the axis, so till here it's visible edge, after that it's axis only, right? So extend the axis in the similar way. The axis should be a long dash, a short dash, a long dash, a short dash. Just extend the axis in such a way that it should touch the reference line, and that angle if you measure and see, you will be getting only 30 degree. So that's what they asked us to do also. Axis is inclined 30 degree to HP. Okay, so it's very easy. Don't directly start with your axis so that you may make some mistake. Just follow whatever step I am asking to do. So just mark this angle as 30 degree, and no need to mark this angle. If you measure, you will be getting 60 degree, but no need to mark it up. So right now what we did is we just transfer the diagram and draw the front view. Now next step, what is the next step is, see, we are in 3 points, right? 1, 2, 3. Extend all the points vertically, and here also vertically, and here we will be having 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Just extend it horizontally. So wherever these horizontal and vertical lines intersect, there we can easily plot the intersection points. So now we just going to plot here. See, this B and this B will intersect at this point. This A and this A will intersect this point. This C and this C will intersect at this point. This D and this D will intersect at this point. This E and this E will intersect at this point. This F and this F will intersect at this point. This O and this O will intersect at this point. So we have just marked the intersection point. Next thing is we are going to identify the hidden lines. For hidden line concept, what I used to say, identify which point or which edge is lying on reference line. So this is the edge which is lying on reference line. Just identify which and all points are connecting to it. Those are only hidden. So when you see from here, you can't see this side, right? You can't see this edge at all. So how we can write hidden? See, D and E. So D to E will be hidden. D1 to E1 will be hidden. E to F. So E1 to F1 will be hidden. D to C. So D1 to C1 will be hidden, and O1 to D1. So O1 to D1 will be hidden. O1 to E1. So O1 to E1 will be hidden. So only these are the hidden lines. So identify which point is lying on reference line. Whatever points are connecting to it, we can mark it as hidden. So once again I will explain the hidden point. See, D and E should be identified. What all points connecting to D and E, we can mark it as hidden. So D to C means D to C hidden. E to F means E to F is hidden. O to D means O to D is hidden. O to E means O to E is hidden. I have not mentioned E1 or E1 dash and all. I am just finding the alphabet alone. Only these are the hidden lines. Remaining edges, remaining are the visible edges. So you just join all the visible edges so that you can get your solution. I will explain how to join the visible edges. Listen here. Till now we have completed till hidden. Okay, join visible edges as I say. Join A to B, A1 to B1, B1 to C1. C1 to D1 is hidden, leave it. D1 to E1 is hidden, leave it. E1 to F1 is hidden, leave it. And join F1 to A1. One off is over. Next, these are called the slant edges. We have to give preference for slant edges, especially for pyramid. Okay, so join O1 to A1, O1 to B1, O1 to C1, O1 to F1, O1 to D1 will be hidden. O1 to E1 is hidden. So this is how we have to draw and mark all the points. Just rub all unwanted lines. See, these lines and all called unwanted lines. You can rub it up in order to keep your diagram very neat. Just rub it off the unwanted lines. And next thing is rub these arrowhead and this arrow is unwanted, you just rub it off, and I will explain how to dimension. See, this is dimensioning. This is the extension line. It should be drawn with your 2H pencil. This is dimensioning line. It should be drawn with your H pencil, and the number 80 and arrowhead should be drawn with your HP pencil. Here also same, extension line 2H, dimension line H, 40 and arrowhead HP. And here you need to mark the angle, and 30 degree should be written in between. If very less space means you can write outside the arrowhead also. So I think so dimension part is also over. And next thing is you have to write the title. The title is projection of hexagonal pyramid. Okay, the heading height of the text should be 10 mm. You have to write with your bold letter, neat and legible. projection of hexagonal pyramid. Here the height of the text is 5 mm. All dimensions are in mm. Scale 1:1. These two lines should be written at the right bottom corner so that it should be seen very clearly, and no need to write mm at all because we clearly said all dimensions are in mm. So you have to present your diagram in this way so that you will be getting full 20 marks. Use a pro circle and just write whatever number you are having. So I hope so this video will be very much clear. In case if you have any doubt means you can just type in the comment section. If you want me to solve any particular problem also, you can also type the particular problem or topic on the comment so that we will be making videos and uploading in our channel. So in our channel we will be uploading all type of videos in all the units in engineering graphics. Do subscribe our channel and stay tuned to the channel. If you like our videos means kindly share the video to all first year students so that it will be very much helpful for them during their exam preparation. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day.